Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always part of the coffee each and every time. So I know you may be asking yourself, what's going on Psycho, what are you doing today? We are doing another episode of that future award-winning series, Jukebox from Hell, that's right. Now, if you guys got to see the last episode that we went off and did with Jeremy Spencer and the children, go take a look at it. If you haven't yet, you might learn something. It's a little educating, and then you can see the controversy in regards to that particular album. But we're not going to be talking about that today, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 37 on your scorecard, okay? Episode 37. We are going to be looking at Bad Company's album Fame and Fortune, that's right, from October 1986. Seventh album from the band. This was the last one was Rough Diamonds, that came out in August 1982, which ended up being the worst selling Bad Company original lineup album. Alright, but still got to 26 on the US and 15 in the UK. That's not too bad. I'm sorry, I think any band would love to grab onto that at least, right? At the end of the year, though, Bad Co breaks up. Now, October 1983, Paul Rodgers gets his solo album Cut Loose, gets released on, and then also in 83, Simon Kirke joins the band Wildlife, and they have one album that happens to be produced by Mick Ralphs, that's right. And in 1984, Mick toured with David Gilmour, and in 1985 released his solo album Take This, which also had Kirke as well on it. Boz in 84 joined the band Nightfly. So after the Take This project, Mick and Simon wanted a new project. Atlantic Records said, hey, resume the Bad Company name. Paul was in the firm, and Boz Burrell was initially interested but backed out by the recording of this album. Paul Harvey, page 2, as he would say. Mick and Simon came in contact with Mick Jones of Foreigner, who would later produce this album, and suggested Brian Howe, ex-Ted Nugent singer for the Penetrator LP from 84, and Steve Price joined on bass, and former Uriah Heep keyboardist Greg Deschert, who was on the 1980 Conquest album, on keyboards. So let me show you this here before we get into the meat and potatoes of things. Here's the front, here's the back, okay? As you can see from the hype sticker, This Love was what they were touting for a single. On a record collecting standpoint, at least my copy here has a regular normal white sleeve. You're going to be looking at your Atlantic label, your typical mid-80s, okay, on that. So let's go into the meat and potatoes of this entire thing, shall we? So, track 1, Burning Up. It's a good song at times. Brian sounds a little like Lou Gramm from Foreigner. Now, that's not really a complaint. It's really kind of not, because I like Foreigner too, but he really does, on probably, I'd say, almost half of this album, you can hear shades of Lou Gramm all over it. Well, remember I said Mick Jones produced this thing, so I kind of wonder if this was maybe his idea of a secret winning formula. I don't know. Track 2, This Love. I don't know why, but the keyboard parts in this are slightly annoying. Standard 80s pop rock stuff. Track 3, Fame and Fortune. It's an okay song. Brian, once again, sounds a little like Lou on this. Track 4, That Girl, Ho Hum. Track 5, Tell It Like It Is. It's an okay song. It does at times kick it up a notch. And that's true too. By the way, all the research I've done today, Bad Company's official website, all media, and wiki, okay? Track 6, Long Walk. It's an alright song. Once again, more Lou comparisons. Track 7, Hold On to My Heart. Ho Hum. Sorry. Track 8, Valerie. Okay, is this album almost over? Track 9, When We Made Love. Sorry, boring. And then we finish off with track 10, If I'm Sleeping. I actually like this one pretty good, and this ends up closing the album. So afterwards, the single This Love hits number 85 on the Billboard charts. For Fame and Fortune album, only made it to 106 on Billboard. Deschert was let go. He would end up in Kansas for a short time after that. And in 1987, Bad Coat did tour with Deep Purple. So, listen, I'm always going to like Paul Rodgers' version of Bad Company, okay? I just do. Brian Howe, though, he did his own spin on things, okay? And I like the way the band was. It's just the 80s production mixed with trying to make Brian sound like Lou. I mean, I'm sorry, but I really am not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of this album. I'd say like two really good songs, and the rest of it to me is just ho-hum. When they would go and so Much Better album would be coming out. Dangerous Age would be released in August 1988. Rest in peace, Boz Burrell and Brian Howe. That's right. So, but yeah, I mean, Dangerous Age and Holy Water are a lot better albums than this thing is. Are you a Bad Company fan? Were you a Bad Company with Brian Howe fan also? Did you end up getting this album when it first came out in October '86? I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't. I ended up finding this thing, though, in cutout albums. In the cutout section, probably, I don't know, maybe by '88. I think I saw this thing in cutout bins, because I used to go to Musicland and stuff, and they would have them cutout bins, and I remember seeing this in there too. So, let me know what you think about all that in the comments, you know. So what are we going to be doing next time? Next time, whether you ask for it or not, here's what we're doing. We're going back to October 1968 about a really great mid-60s band, okay? But by the late 1968, the prime pivotal players were gone from this band. And basically, this is the last album that this band would do studio-wise, okay? The last studio album, and you know, they're still going. They've been going on and off since early '69 when they broke up. We are going to be talking about the Lovin' Spoonfuls, Revolution, '69, the Lovin' Spoonful, featuring Joe Butler. That's right, that'll be the next episode of Jukebox from Hell. So listen, guys, if you have any suggestions for future Jukebox from Hell episodes, drop them in the comments. I always will put them in the suggestion book. If I pick yours, I will go off and give you a shout out at the beginning of the episodes. I love making these videos. I enjoy that you guys like these videos too. We're almost winding down season 3, ladies and gentlemen. I've got plenty of room for season 4 right now, so whatever you bring up for suggestions will gladly be considered for next season, okay? So until then, take care, God bless, always powered by coffee each and every time, and take care of yourselves.